York's infamous Blue Note era comes to Mars Hill on Saturday, August 22nd for a special one-night-only concert at Mars Landing Arts Center. Civil Disobedience is a project from New York bassist David Ambrosio, rekindling jazz born from the politically conscious underground of 19th City's New York City. You'll hear music from progressive composers such as Bobby Hutcherson, Jackie McLean, Stanley Cowell, Howard Land, and more. Before the concert, we'll screen an illuminating short documentary about the project. Seating is intimate and limited. That's Saturday, August 22nd. For tickets and details, go to marslandingartscenter.com. Wake up, Asheville. I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your week-ending local newscast for Friday, August 14th. Asheville candidates for office discussed displacement, hurricane recovery, and aging in place at a Shiloh forum Wednesday. Mayoral candidate Kim Roney, 6 city council hopefuls, and a sheriff candidate attended. Shanika Smith said, quote, community engagement has to mean something, citing rejection of a housing project opposed by residents. Maggie Ullman promoted resilience hubs for food, medicine, and communications during disasters. On aging in place, Keith Young said, quote, keep your home. Drew Ball urged using $225 million in federal recovery funding for housing. Residents said they'll judge candidates by action on roads, sidewalks, and upkeep. Read more at Blue Ridge Public Radio. Longtime Shiloh residents say Asheville's growth shouldn't erase the historically black neighborhood's character or displace families. They're asking city leaders to limit dense development, improve streets and sidewalks, and consult residents. Seniors need help with storm repairs, accessibility, and daily chores so they can remain at home. Younger residents face fewer chances to own or inherit property. The Shiloh Community Association is developing a resource center and supports a garden, workshops, and partnerships providing health, food, and home repair assistance. It aims to preserve history and ties while serving residents as housing expands. Read more at 828 News Now. 1 year after a fire destroyed a warehouse and storage trailers at Goodwill's Patton Avenue campus, the nonprofit and Malvern Hills neighbors say conditions have improved. Goodwill added overnight patrols, lighting and monitoring, cleared brush, met with residents, and created a dedicated email address. Neighbors say break-ins, trash, and late-night trespassing have declined, but they still report occasional trespassing and want the deteriorating rear fence replaced. Goodwill says replacement is planned and warehouse rebuilding has begun. The Asheville Fire Department says the intentionally set fire remains under investigation. Read more in the Mountain Express. Madison County residents are raising privacy and misuse concerns about 11 flock automated license plate readers contracted by the Sheriff's Office. The local group Madison for Privacy will hold public meetings next Wednesday and August 23rd in Mars Hill. Residents also cited a recent criminal charge against a Mooresville officer accused of improperly searching flock data. Flock says agencies control data sharing, customer data isn't sold, and records are deleted by default after 30 days. Sheriff Buddy Harwood says the cameras have helped solve crimes, and he'll continue using them. Read more in the Citizen Times. And recurring flooding on Weaverville Road in Woodfin has worsened, sometimes making the route impassable and closing businesses. The North Carolina Department of Transportation says drainage inside its right-of-way appears to work properly, but a follow-up review found failing infrastructure on private property, complicating repairs and potentially leaving owners responsible for costs. Woodfin has applied for about $10 million from a FEMA hazard mitigation grant for study and construction, including possible private property improvements. Meanwhile, state officials are considering drainage changes beneath the road that could reduce flooding but not fully solve it. Read more at WLOS. If you care about local music, theater, visual art, and all the arts and culture of our region, you'll want to tune in to See Here. It's my new channel where I produce short documentary videos, longer podcast conversations, and fresh news across Western North Carolina's arts and culture scene. There's really nothing like it in this region. Subscribe to our newsletter for free and catch up on what you've missed at SeeHereWNC.com.